Imagine burning rubber. This is that fragrance. I'm getting hot already. Hi, I'm Gabby and welcome back to another edition of The Fragrantician. And on my lap, my co-host Claude is here as usual, although he might not be in the picture. You can hear him purring. Yes. Anyway, yes, the sirens are here because they've come to take me away. Why? Because I'm wearing this little beauty here. So take me away now. Take my body but leave my jewels. Yes, please do that. As Mr. Humphreys would say in Are You Being Served? Oh, they're all coming for me now. Tuberose criminelle by Serge Lutens. Yes, this is what I'm talking about today. This is a dark, and I'm going to say, probably the most darkest tuberose fragrance that I have got in my collection. And I haven't really talked about it a lot. I did get it a while back. But when I get a fragrance, I don't like to really tear off the opening and I'm all impatient and that. No, I'm patient. I look at it. I feel it. I touch it. I mean, the texture of this bottle is amazing. And I'm just one of those people that I have done first impressions because this was a blind buy, but boy, I knew I was going to love it. I knew I was going to love it, and I'll tell you why. So keep on watching. It came out in 1999, so it's over 20 years old. Has it been reformulated? I don't know. Maybe. Who cares? It's still on the market, so let's appreciate it. Christopher Sheldrake was the perfumer behind this, who has made all of Serge Lutens' fragrances. I am, as you know, a big Serge Lutens lover. Probably Serge Lutens video of my 3 favourite niche brands. You can probably guess the other 2 anyway, can't you? Probably guess the other 2 that I have the most of in those other 2 brands. But Serge Lutens is big. Serge Lutens does fragrances in the niche market. His concepts are pretty dark. His concepts are what I am akin to, I relate to. I have several of his fragrances. I probably have I only don't have a lot. I probably have about 6 or 7 in my collection, including this little beauty here. This is called Tuberose criminelle, and yes, it is a tuberose fragrance. Now, there are some other notes of jasmine, styrax, which is a balsamic woody resin. There is nutmeg, clove, hyacinth, orange blossom, a little bit of vanilla and musk, according to Fragrantica. However, the note that really is the star of this show from beginning right through to end is the tuberose fragrance. Now, tuberose is a white floral. Some people either love it, you're looking at one, some people hate it. There are some in the fragcom, and I appreciate that, and there are some people who sit in the middle and like it blended well with other notes that maybe gives it a more of a vanillic touch, more of a gourmand touch, more of a spicy touch. I'm one of those that can appreciate tuberose on its own, and also I can appreciate it with other notes as well, as long, those sirens again, as long as it is not going into gourmand territory and it is not, and by gourmand I mean vanilla, caramel, chocolate, not really fruits, but I class gourmand as food that you can really eat. Popcorn, snacks, believe it or not. There's those type of notes, there's those type of accords that are in fragrances that I just cannot tolerate. And sometimes with florals, it can be a right mess as well. I think with gourmands, it's got to be done really, really well. And you've got to have the perfect blend of florals with gourmands. I would say 90% of my collection is not gourmand. It is more floral. It's more floral spicy, more ambery, more chypre floral. That's what I love. I love those kind of fragrance scent categories. I like some fresh ones as well, but then I only like fresh ones that have staying power. But let's get back to this fragrance, tuberose criminelle, and let me tell you, I'm going to spray this. So it is a 100 ml. It comes in this big, let me just check that my cat Claude has not. So tuberose criminelle, it is a tuberose scent. It is a 100 ml. It's a dark bottle, unlike all of the other bottles d'oranger, which this is a 50 ml. And they come in the white bottle. This is a different kind of, what's the word, line format. Let's spray it. Let's spray this little baby. Nice spray. Now, spray it. You'll get a shock if you're not used to how tuberose can smell. In the initial spray, this is extremely strong. I don't even have to smell my hand from here because it's strong. It opens up with this icy, cold, mentholated blast that is almost verging on gasoline and burnt rubber. Almost, but I love it. Smelled something like that before, and it lasts for about 5 minutes, and then as it dries down, the tuberose is screaming, the tuberose is kicking, the tuberose is there right in your face. This is an obnoxious tuberose. This is a strong tuberose. This is, I don't know if I can handle it, tuberose. Even stronger, I would say, than carnal flower, which is a strong tuberose. Even stronger than, I would say, Fracas by Robert Piguet. Even stronger than, I'm just giving you comparisons here, even stronger than the discontinued Blonde by Versace. It is that kind of tuberose that is so pungent because it has that greenness, it has that butteriness. It is not sweet at all. Not sweet at all. If you're expecting like a tuberose from Givenchy l'Interdit or Jean-Paul Gaultier sur Scandal, no, it's not that kind of tuberose, or even Gucci Bloom, which some people can't take. This does a 360 turn to that, a 360 turn. The other notes are not really coming through. It's what I call a tuberose soliflor. It is tuberose to the max everywhere, from start to finish. There's a little bit of woodiness, just a touch, and that comes from the styrax, that resinous balm. And there is a touch, I'd say probably when I smell it, tiny bit of indolic jasmine, tiny bit, but the rest of it is just tuberose. It is like it's that waxiness where the tuberose is decaying, where it is so abundant, and it is very, very, I equate this to a melancholic, almost sad flower that is used in some funerals and in the Far East, and it's that kind of flower that equates to that. And I can see why Christopher Sheldrake created the best tuberose, in my opinion, in this bottle. It projects. It is a fragrance that, to me, is quite animalic. It's not a fragrance you could wear to the office at all. I wouldn't even wear this myself in a work-safe environment. And I've worn very, very daring fragrances, such as Papillon Salome, such as even, say, Francesca Bianchi fragrances I've worn in the workplace. This I would not wear in the workplace. And where I work, I'm working with a lot of people. I would not want them to smell this on me. This is a fragrance that is so deep and dark and gothic that it's in a situation where you really want to be that star and command the audience. It will overtake other fragrances, completely outshine other fragrances. It is, do you know who I would say would wear this fragrance? In the Rocky Horror Picture Show, Magenta would wear Amouage, but Tim Curry, the main star of the show, would wear this fragrance. It is so dramatic and pungent, and I have to say, wearing this fragrance, it kind of turns me on. It has this visceral reaction within me that makes me want to just get it on. It's about burning rubber, crotchless burning rubber. This is one of those fragrances. Yes, I will say that. This is a fragrance you would wear to a sex club. Yeah. So I'm going to rock this. This is a fragrance for intimate moments. If your partner can take it. It is a hefty fragrance. And yes, it's not a inexpensive fragrance. But you know me, I get deals, don't I? So when you look for deals, look for deals. But it's in the realms of Frederick Mell prices. It's that kind, maybe even more. It's that kind of fragrance. But it is a true masterpiece to have in your collection. If you are a fragrance collector, you love tuberose fragrances like I do, and you appreciate that animalic facet of tuberose that is so strong and unapologetic that it is. This is Tuberose Criminelle by Serge Lutens. The scent of burning rubber. Another edition of the Fragrantician. I am going to cool down to record another video, but I'll see you in the next video. Until then, spray with gay abandon at your peril. See you soon. Bye.